I've got an important announcement that I'd like to share with you. First, I want to thank each and every one of you for standing with us at Gormelts and fighting back against this corrupt government. After spending almost a decade in both Iraq and Afghanistan, I came home to live what I thought was going to be the American dream and open my own restaurant. And more importantly, to make up for a lot of lost time with my wife and kids. I felt guilty about watching my children grow up via Skype, hoping that one day they would realize that their dad was away so that they can live in peace. I was there when other dads, my brothers, took their last breaths, and sometimes I had no idea how I'd be able to put one foot in front of the other the next day, but I did. I had to for my country, only to come home and have my country treat me like a criminal for simply doing what they trained me to do since I joined the Army at the age of 17, and that's refusing a lawful order. And make no mistake about it, these overreaching mandates are absolutely unlawful orders. At the beginning of this pandemic, I decided not to follow any of them at Gormelts. I realized that these unlawful orders were about more than just our health and safety. They were about control. So I decided to afford you your God-given and constitutional rights when you stepped through the doors at Gormelts. And you stood with me. And we showed these corrupt politicians that the people hold the power. And you patriots standing with me, holding the line with me, it brought that camaraderie feeling back that I shared with my brothers on the battlefield. We've witnessed these scumbag politicians promote hate and fear in order to divide the greatest country on earth. We now know the lengths that our so-called leaders will go to in order to further their agenda. They have absolutely no regard for our needs or even our lives. They will destroy this state and they will destroy our country to further their agenda. They've proven that to us. They're lawless. The Constitution means absolutely nothing to them. They will strip us of our rights if we let them, but we won't. And I won't just sit back and hope things change one day. I'm going to fight for those changes myself. And I hope that you'll once again stand with me. These criminal politicians are abusing their power, and we have them on both sides of the aisle. So I'm bringing the power back to the people. I'm running for Virginia State Senator in the 27th District, the new 27th District. I'm going to stop the destruction of our state and our country. I promise you that. And I'm going to hold those responsible for this destruction accountable. Like a lot of you, over the past couple of years, I've thought about moving to a more conservative state, one that protects the Constitution and respects and appreciates their citizens. But I quickly came to my senses. I'm a fifth generation Virginian. This is my state, and this is my country. And I will not run from these crooked politicians and crooked organizations. I'll stay right here and I will fight. And I promise you that you and I will win. If you elect me, I will only serve 2 terms max. I can promise you that, because I believe in term limits. It's one of the biggest issues that has gotten us where we are now. And it's one of the biggest issues for us here in Virginia and for the whole nation. And I will also introduce legislation for term limits to become law. We need people who are not politicians, but true absolute Americans to step into these seats. So I ask that you please support me in this fight to save the Old Dominion and save Old Glory.